Your mind is the limiting factor in your life. With the right thoughts, you do the right actions, you make the right choices, and that gets you the right outcomes in life, and that gives you happiness in life, in all areas of life. That could be business, that could be relationships, that could be like health. Your mind is what really limits you. And the thoughts that you have on a daily basis make you who you are. So try and introspect. If you don't know what introspection means, it means to reflect on how you think. So introspect on what thoughts are in your mind. Are they toxic thoughts? Are they thoughts of self-doubt? Are you doubting yourself or setting limiting beliefs? If so, get rid of those. Instead, try and swap out those limiting beliefs for hope in yourself. What you think about every day determines where your life goes. Your mind is the captain of the vessel, which is your body and your life. The journey that a ship would take would be your life in that case. And if you try and cultivate better thoughts through journaling, through meditation, through really sitting down and having an honest conversation to yourself about where your thoughts are you treating people the way that way that they should be treated? Are you a kind person or are you vindictive? Do you feel envy or jealousy towards people who are doing better than you? Like really try and think about these things and try and do an autopsy on your mind, or try and like really examine your mind and see what thoughts you're having. Like write down your thoughts throughout the day, whatever they are. You don't have to show anybody. There could be some really bad thoughts, but write those down and really understand who you are as a person. Really understand what goes through your mind. And you might find that by introspecting, by thinking about how you're thinking, you might find that potentially there's a certain pattern of thought that causes you to be in the position you are right now in life. Maybe you wanted to start a business, but you just been putting it off. Maybe you wanted to start anything and you've been putting it off. You've been procrastinating. But why is that? Like, what are you actually afraid of? Like, unless you actually take the time to think about what that is, you can't truly understand yourself and you can't truly make good decisions. You know, your mind can be very easily influenced by the type of media that you consume, by the types of people that you're around. You really are the average of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. It sounds almost cliche to say that all the time because it's been so overused that saying has been used so many times. But really think about like who you're hanging out with, and more so in the digital age now, what type of media are you consuming? Are you consuming mindless content on Instagram, on even on YouTube? Are you educating yourself or are you distracting yourself? Like think about what kind of things you're letting seep into your mind, you're letting influence you. When I was in high school, I remember that this was around the time that Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton were kind of going at the presidential elections. And I think there was a lot of polarization in the American political system. And that kind of went over and rolled over to the internet. There was a lot of polarization in terms of like, what are they called? In terms of conservatives versus like Democrats. Like I noticed looking back now how polarizing my views were at that time. I remember watching so many YouTubers who used to just spark drama and be stuck inside this echo chamber where I only really saw one point of view. And I noticed that these people, unbeknownst to them, they were really like manipulating me. Like they weren't maybe trying to manipulate me, but I was allowing their ideas to come into my mind without me actually critically thinking about those ideas. You should never take anything anyone says at face value. You should act as a filter, or you should have a filter where whatever you hear comes in, and you have to ask yourself, does it support the future that I want? Does that idea help me become a better person? If not, then you should probably let go of it. Because it's so harmful to cultivate bad thoughts. because bad thoughts lead to the wrong choices and the wrong actions and then the wrong outcomes in life. And we want success in life. Everyone wants success. They want success financially. They want success in terms of their health. They want success in terms of their relationships. So really try and reflect on yourself, reflect on what you're consuming. And if you feel like you're consuming things that are not conducive to your success, get rid of them. Like you don't have to be consuming these mindless things. Like another thing that I guess I was really like in the rabbit hole of was like red pill content, like 1 or 2 years ago, just like binge watching red pill like YouTubers. And now looking back, I just kind of cringe at myself because I let the ideas permeate my mind. And I didn't really think about what they were saying. I didn't critique it. I just took it as face value, and I just believed a lot of the things they said. And I realize now, after a lot of growth personally and I guess mentally and just experiencing life, because I guess many people on the internet, they don't really go out and experience life properly. Like they kind of live on the internet and they live vicariously through other people. I noticed that I wasn't critiquing them. I was allowing them to poison my mind. And really, really think critically about who you're letting dictate your thoughts, your actions. Really think about that.